Hi Ching, I heard someone say that it's your 10-year anniversary. So congrats for sticking around for such a long time, and I hope you have more such anniversaries.
Hi, Qing. Congratulations. Okay, it was very nice. It is very nice to work with you, and you're a very nice manager. 谢谢。
Working on one feature which is called transaction support, which is ironically close to what this team is doing now. It was integration with Complus transactions from ASP.NET, and I was trying to explain to her what the feature was doing. It was my probably first memory.
Qing impressed me the most is she has a very good memory. I don't remember the place I went, the name of the place I went in my last vacation, but he can remember the places she went like 10 years ago. It's very impressive.
I remember the first time I had heard of Qing was in her introduction mail to the Mandarin site. And I remember it because in it she had mentioned that some people might find her name hard to pronounce and that you could call her Queen or King. And I just remember that kind of stuck out because I was looking at her name and thought, is it really that hard? Qing. Like it seems like it's pretty straightforward, but maybe I'm totally, have no idea. And so just with that, congratulations to the Queen of APT5.
I have known Qing more than 8 years. It was when I first came to interview for 8.19, a position in 8.19, and I find out her last name. Oh, her first name is Qing, my first name is Hong, and these are two different characters about colors in Chinese. So we find that very interesting, and we started talking. We have very similar experiences. Since then, I have known Qing and I joined the team, and she has been very helpful manager for me.
Congratulations, Qing, on completing your 15-year anniversary at Microsoft.
Well, congratulations, Qing. I've learned a lot these past few years from you in terms of management, accountability, and especially your empathy and your human touch in building the team culture.
I actually came to know something recently about Qing is that whenever she has one-on-one with folks with her report of skill level, she can always make people laugh. That's one thing I think is very good, what I like about Qing.
Qing is always great to good advice, and it doesn't have to be about work or anything like that. She's always got some good advice for me. You want an example?
Yeah.
Well, she helped me understand what my in-laws are like.
I like Qing. Her smiling and laughing made me happy, and yeah, she also helped me a lot in the career development in the team.
Qing I know more about 4 years, I think, and she's the first person in the team that I talked to before I joined the team. And starting then, I've never seen her using a desktop, and she always uses her laptop, although she has about 2 big monitors. So, and especially considering she's sitting next to me, I'm planning to grab those monitors.
I knew her for about 9 or 10 years. I was a vendor team lead at that time, and she interviewed me.
I remember her first roommate when she joined Microsoft was some Russian lady, and they've been in the same office for, I don't know, a couple of years. But anyway, so after they already separated and went into their different offices, that Russian lady told me how much she suffered during Qing's lunches when Qing would bring her Chinese food, and it would be totally gross. And the poor lady, like for 2 years, she was not saying a word, and then only after they moved, then she told me about it. So I think like, yeah, pretty embarrassing.
She's not like a boss. 2 years.
看这
2 years. She interviewed me and brought me to this team, and I really like this.
First of all, Qing, congratulations for 15 years of Microsoft. Many of us have a long way to go before we get there. I would like to thank you for managing us during times of uncertainty within Microsoft, Applat, and Fundamentals, and also during our reorgs over the past years. I've also seen and learned from your enthusiasm when growing a team and hiring, and that makes me realize how invested you are in people. Thank you for being a great lead and a strong guide for the Fundamentals team.
It's been 7 to 8 years. She's very good at playing cards. I cannot beat her on the card table.
Okay, so when I met Qing, it was during a transition, and that transition was happening, I think around the time the performance review was happening. And I had a conversation with her, and she was very transparent about the performance process and the evaluation. Even, I just met her, and she was talking about things that my manager never talked to me before, even when I worked with my previous manager for a long time. So I really appreciate Qing's transparency.
She drives a big one that make her the driver for most of the team events. And I noticed that she's very efficient. She always took the fastest roads, and she can change the way very quickly. And according to she can identify, oh, this is there's a red light ahead of it. I should take another way. So she can always get to the destination in the shortest time. That's very interesting, I think.
Since I joined this team, but before I heard about her, that she's kind of picky to find people as a new hire. So when I was trying to kind of join the team, I was nervous when I get the interview with her, but she was very kind. So I was happy.
Hi Qing, congratulations on being at Microsoft for 15 years. It's been great to have you as a manager for the last around 3 years, ever since WCF and Workflow transitioned to Fundamentals team. It's really fun being in Fundamentals, and I've really enjoyed participating in the Olympics and going to all of our fun food events together. Looking forward to the many years ahead and all the new products that are going to come to our team.
The most important thing I think that needs to be said here is that Qing is the best skip level lead I think I've ever had. I think she's fantastic and fabulous, and this might be the right time to just say, Qing, thank you very much. I've been hearing about this new morale budget that's coming out. Somebody said something that it involves something with a cruise to Cabo, something like that. So I'm excited about that. I hope you can talk a little bit more about that today. Congrats on 15 years.
I heard that she's put a lot of work into developing a new morale budget for 2015. I think somebody said something about a cruise to Cabo. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Congrats on 15 years, James.
Yes, we had a couple of episodes with critical security issues with ASP.NET, and it was always in December, I remember, right? Kind of two Decembers in a row, and I think she was pretty impressive how she was able to handle it with flow and motivate people and drive it to very fast and successful resolution. That was pretty impressive.
She takes good amount of talking time in a meeting, and that has stayed with me, her attention to the details. Sometimes it has been good and sometimes it has been irritating too, but I think she gets into too many details, and that is something that sticks to me about her ability to grasp any situation and go deep into it and ask questions that help clarify the situation. I think this is just my privilege that I should say that I am here when she's completing 15 years at Microsoft, and we are celebrating that in an all-hands meeting. I want to wish her all the best, and I hope I'm able to take part in a similar, lot more funny event when she completes 20 at Microsoft. All the best, Qing.
Almost 9 years. I feel she or her husband is a very good cocker because we came from the same city, and every time when I have lunch with her, her food looks so good and smells so delicious.
I first came across Qing when I was testing webhost for Whidbey, and then they told me that I was going to be handing that testing off to somebody named Qing. At that point, I did not know how to pronounce her name.
Qing is good. Qing is great. She's a great boss. We all love Qing.
And congratulations, you're the best boss ever. Really, the greatest boss, best manager ever.
Qing is the cutest manager I have seen, and she's very caring and smart. Congratulations, Qing.
Qing is good. She's great. She's the best boss I ever had. Wait, she's the best boss everyone has ever had. Definitely, 100%. Yes.
Big promotion.
Big promotion. Raise. I want raise.
Money.
She's great. Promotion to you. Cut now.